type.
Yeah, you gotta hit record. Record.
Not yet. I ain't recording yet until we're ready. We always have a lead in.
Still waiting. Has it gone live yet?
I clicked like 10 seconds ago.
There it goes. There it goes.
We're on Twitch, but not YouTube. Now we're on YouTube. Renee can join us.
I got zero notification.
The Renees of the shows. I don't have a notification yet either. I just saw it on Restream where it was where it connected.
Same.
It'll say like sending data.
Oh,
and then
I got
it'll
YouTube
say
notification, so that means anybody who watches YouTube will go through.
There it goes.
The Twitch notification. Popped. Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Make sure we sound okay.
Notification yet either. I just saw it where it was where it connected.
Same.
4 weeks
it'll say,
ago.
Like sending data.
Same.
And then
I got
it'll
YouTube
say
notification, so that means anybody who watches YouTube will go through.
Same.
There it goes.
Yep, there's Brant. We're all good. Present and accounted for. Murmy got a notification. Murmy, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank the Lord. Both.
Hare Krishna.
The Lord of Restream. Is that another George Harrison reference?
Yep.
All right, I'll take it.
Well, you listen to famous people who perish from pancreatic
My sweet
cancer.
Lord.
That is a phenomenal song. Love, love, love that song. Is that high up on your list, Brant?
It's up there.
Brant's a turkey with no head. Headless turkey.
Gobble gobble.
Brant and the Headless Turkeys. That's our band name.
Interesting.
What's
our genre?
Steampunk.
Steampunk.
Like Green Day, but with a bunch of goggles and like leather caps and backpacks.
Okay.
Remember Steam Boy? It was like one of the first UMD movies. Steam Boy was a big deal.
Steam
Boy. Podcast always keeps me guessing, and Buish is one of the people who may or may not have had a heads up. Tonight might be the night. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. Another good song there, Brant. Tonight's the night. I've got that on vinyl somewhere. That was not reprinted for a long time. Any sporting events going on you're keeping up with, Brant?
Oh, all of the sports.
Such as
All the events.
Brant, are you down to play hockey? Will you play some NHL hockey?
I guess. I mean, as long as it's not like that tennis.
Fiasco. Our tennis stream. The world's best top spin tennis stream.
Where you argue with me for 15 minutes. No, just change the. It's one of those SKUs. Let me download it. And you're like, no, it's not letting me. Try the app. I don't know. I tried the computer too. It's not working.
Sounds like a Richard plan that's gone awry. So
hey, when they say
we're gonna play this weekend, let's go.
When they say the game is available
8 p.m. at night
this weekend and it's Sunday at like 5 p.m., you think it should be good?
We didn't start a Sunday at 5 p.m. We started like Sunday closer to 8.
Still Sunday, still the weekend.
Yeah.
Still nowhere near what you said it was gonna be. So
true.
There's some drama breaking out in the chat.
what was it?
The anti-bleach hate has started early from Mermy.
Damn. Hey.
Bleach says lies. Never was told that it was tonight by one of the parties. I have receipts. I'll prove otherwise. Mermy says they may or may not be trying to lose you. Bleach says fine with that. Mermy said maybe if we stream on Tuesday, Bleach will miss it. Bleach gave a heart after that. So he's fine with it. Bleach is pro getting dropped. He lives off of mystery.
I'm more angry about Bleach letting us die from the quad team that destroyed us on Halo,
my god.
He left us to be
Do not bring that up.
Yeah. I still have PTSD from the thrashing that Katana Omar McLovin.
What was it?
Bergie the pilot and Bonnie the Jaguar.
Yeah, yep.
The elite squad.
Golly.
How do they
The
all line up?
freaking
Just to kick our
mercenary
asses?
hit
They've
squad.
all tortured us separately, and then they like Voltron into one to murder us.
I mean, I remember just spawning into rockets, man. I've never been so angry before in my life. I was like, how's that even possible? As soon as I spawn, I'm dead. I'm like, I don't get it.
All right. Murmy said, "Teach me Halo. I'll take Buish's place." That's pretty good. So that's our Buish and I were talking about that on the way into work this morning, as some individuals may or may not find themselves carpooling, and so you you angrily shouted that you would be uninstalling Master Chief Collection, and you're done with it. So
Fuck that game, man.
So
Yeah.
you just have to accept. I got to this point. They toss a coin, and you're either like, if it's muskets, you either get. This is good content. We should be recording this. You either get the good muskets or you get the shit muskets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you just get the shit one, and you battle through it. You do whatever, and then you get murdered 50 to 32, and whatever those scores were that we turned in, and then you go to the next one. You go do something else, and you potentially could beat them at the next one.
No, that's every fucking round that night. I think we won maybe what 2 the most.
We started off like
What was-
0-5. That's what put the bad taste in
What was
our
the
mouths.
other one? The bad RN and
Oh, the husband-wife combo.
somebody's kidney.
Yeah, Saddam's kidney.
Saddam's kidney
versus the bad RN, and their clan tags were husband and wife. They also proceeded to whoop our asses. And teabag.
We couldn't fucking kill him for some reason.
They were invincible.
No. That was that last Friday and that last Sunday, and I will never ever again waste my time playing Halo Master Chief Collection.
Against
Just
those individuals.
2 hours. Just 2 hours of me being angry.
Cesar,
angry
don't
when
give
I went
up
to
on
work.
Master Chief Collection. Okay, what
No,
are you going
it's
to?
not.
Are we pivoting to Infinite now?
I will pivot to Infinite.
Infinite.
Only 4v4 or Big Team
Helldivers,
Battle?
No,
Borderlands.
What if they
No.
fixed it? Call it.
No,
yeah,
there's
just said
no way
call
that-
it.
Seeds.
There's no way. There's no way they fix that game.
Batteries.
Big team battle. We have like half that team, right? Like it was 12 people.
It
We usually
ends-
have like 6 people
Yes,
sometimes,
it ends up
and
being-
we
ends up being
can't
half the
even
team.
coordinate enough to at least
It's so
get close.
disjointed.
So it's like no. I didn't even think we had 12 people that we could win it.
We win plenty of big team battles.
No, we sparsely win big team battles.
We rarely win big team battles.
I think we won more big team battles with Dell there than without. So
Driving the
and
vehicles.
when was the last time we played with Uno? So that was like at least 2 years.
I bought his wine. I found his wine today at Kroger. There's a Uno Malbec. I need to send him a picture of it. It's got a big number 1, like an embroidered like number 1 on the label. I need to send that to him. 1 is the loneliest number.
Sure, he'll enjoy that.
Brant.
2 can be as lonely as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1.
Do you know what a 3-dog night is? Since we're staying on trivia, are you aware of the measurement that is a 3-dog night?
A 3-dog night.
I remember some joys to the world. So
Also some joys to the world. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Mama told me not to come. So it's Alaska. For some reason, the first thing that popped in my head was Alaska, but I think it might be cold areas. They measure it based off of how many of the dogs will pile up with you. Like, it's freezing cold. How cold is it? This is a
Interesting.
3-dog night.
The 3-dog night.
I always thought that was good stuff. Might be bogus. Correct me in the chat. To all you 3-dog night fandom that we might have upset in the chat.
yeah, the lead singer's on there. He's getting pissed off.
Is he alive?
It's a good question.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Don't know. Don't know how many nights
So-
his dogs are. Brant, how many dogs are your night?
Too many
How many
dogs.
cats?
Too many
How many
nights.
cats are your nights? Weesh has cat nights too. All right, you guys ready to rock and roll?
Always.
Always ready. Are we gonna try to, since we have our main squeezes on here? Is this our? Are we gonna pivot for Tuesdays? Try to make Tuesdays fetch again?
Yes,
mean-
we can try.
It's up to y'all. So
I'm good with it too. I think it might work. Kind of a short turnaround. Did we do Friday night? Did we do 3 nights ago?
Yes, we did
Yeah.
Friday.
yeah, You were the one who threw this out, like, oh, we should get back on Tuesdays. And that's
Yeah,
why
but I
threw it in the
forgot
chat.
about it, and then you threw it out there. I was like, okay, yeah. So that was someone's bad
'Cause it-
idea. I guess we'll do it.
That's like knowing my ass. You'd be like, just texting me nonstop. Where are you? We said Tuesday
Cesar,
night. I'm
¿dónde?
like, I didn't think you were serious. So I'm like,
I thought it was a thread. I thought it was an idle thread. I didn't think there would be any backing to it. No, it's good. I think it's a good reset. And we're going into a holiday weekend because I was borderline being like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. When the fuck are we getting this thing in?
I mean, that I can send a message to Bergie the pilot, and they can come on and take my spot for the day.
Bonnie the Jaguar.
Sure. Or
They're just killing us the whole
Bleach's
time.
favorite person, Omar McLovin. So
That's Weish's nemesis.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that person can be on here.
I got no beef with Omar personally.
Speaking to Weish, we played him like that one time when Weish wasn't there. We haven't played him since. It's always Katana. It's always
He was on there with the
Katana or
murder
whatever,
squad,
it's
and then he
always-
fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what, Fiesta on Wizard, which is like the worst map to get any of those modes on.
Gosh. Yeah.
That should be a cannon fodder only map, and then outside of that, it shouldn't be in there. I don't think.
I don't know, man. Maybe if we do a different rotation of maps, you might win me back. I don't know, man.
What do you want to do? I mean, we should be asking this in the actual content, but what do you want to do outside of Action Sack? Because that's where we get all the random shit from. You want to just do like snipers and shoddy snipes and stuff on Halo Uno?
Maybe until I get pissed off at that, then we can go back to Action Sack.
Okay, I'm fair. That's fair.
I need to distribute my anger evenly into other things. I just can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. So it's
Or Halo 3. We do some Halo 3 in there. It's been a while.
I mean, I load into Halo 3 every time I get kicked. So
I'm about to say there was that time I got kicked from a game with you, Richard, and I think I somehow wound up in a Halo 3 match.
90% of the time it's Halo 3. There's a lot of people playing Halo 3 out there. So
Is that the most played Halo out of the Chiefs of the Masters of the collections? Collections of the Chiefs of the Masters?
sure,
Probably the better
and
way
you're
to
just
say
naming
it.
different sporting events all together. So
It's like Euros and Copa all in one.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 309 of the NOFODcast. We are, of course, no outside food or drink, the Southeast premier video game and... Oh, I got nothing this time.
What happened?
Three Dog Night appreciation and review podcast.
Sure.
There it is. I got
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
I'll probably
There
cut
we
out
go.
the long section where I could come up with something. Tonight, update on more Dead Rising remaster news. Of course, our last episode was titled Dr. Doctor in remembrance of the newest release of the Dead Rising series. Nintendo will meet the demand. Question mark? What demand is that? Are they giving us Earthbound 3 or Mother 3? Is that the demand they're meeting? Is the
man.
demand a Virtual Boy emulator for 3DS?
Mm-mm.
I clamor for the... You would play that, Brant. What are you smirking at?
No, that was like that was a good face.
Yeah.
I think the community already met that need, so
Oh, the community has met that need. I'm just trying to help them help me, help them get paid. That's all I'm after. Yes, Murmy, I hit record. What to expect from the new Crazy Taxi, ...
It's okay, Mermaid's right to question him.
It's fine. I'd rather have a checks and balance. I'd rather find out I didn't record 5 minutes in versus 145 minutes
at the
in.
end of the episode, yeah.
Where I tell everybody bye and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't hit this.
Yeah. After Richard talks about for 2 hours in deep detail his Kingdom Hearts playthroughs,
Oh yeah, you ready for that this episode?
because that's something he would probably never ever do ever again. So
I need some more stuff in that cart so I can get the $100 threshold I need, and then I can pull it off.
man, why are you like this, man? Just buy it. Stop being this way.
If I hit the $100 threshold, it vanishes from immediate withdrawal notifications. Yes,
Discovery.
Discovery's fair. Discovery's fair. Anything over $100, I can easily mix and mingle amongst the. So think of it this way. Remember Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption got framed for the murder of his wife, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when he was in prison, he was chiseling away at that wall. he would put the wall in his pants and then go out on the yard and slowly drop the wall as pebbles out in the yard. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm doing. I'm Andy Dufresne in the wall. Because I can knock those little bits out slowly but surely. Last but not least, we have your July Game Pass games. That is via the Xbox. I think this is a very strong month, personally. Led by Cricket 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster. And he did so on super short notice. Brant McKee.
Super.
What's up?
Brant McKee.
Lightning fast Newsmaster.
So I got to thinking before I introduce the next co-host. Brant McKee has been a bit for, what, 200 episodes at this point? Like 180 episodes?
Something like that, yeah.
The person who coined this and pointed it out has 2 C's at the beginning of their names, and they will never be susceptible to the beauty that is Brant McKee. That is, of course, Cesar Concepcion II. Cesar just gave you the same C's, but a different sound, different consonant sound.
I don't know. My nickname is Cen, so
that also works.
Yeah, you just literally
Cesar Concepcion. I got him there.
Just said that. So
is that the explanation? Is that where it comes from? Is there some lore behind it?
No, I inherited it from my father, who inherited it from somebody else. That was the lore. I would have to go and
his father, but you're the second, not the third. It was just a nickname.
It was a nickname that was passed on. That was just coined over there. So
I haven't seen Renee in the chat. Renee's usually the one throwing the sin out there.
Renee, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's probably watching NASCAR or.
Did he finish that nasty ass Duncan?
I looked.
Did you?
Looked
Cesar, did you finish yours?
I haven't had one since. So
it's like, hold on, I still got the can over here.
I threw that shit away.
It's bad.
I looked in this morning. I looked inside the box and like half of it's gone. So somebody's finishing it. I'm assuming it's him because he's on. So
oh my god,
I don't believe him because he's like, no, these suck. That or he will be like, I bought it, so F it, I'll finish it. So it depends on I can't tell. It could be one of those. I just know that's like literally all we talked about all week, and I was like, man, this shit is not good.
That it's not good, or he actually enjoyed them?
No, that he'd been wanting to try it forever. He was researching them online and like trying to figure out where to buy them. I was like, what the hell's happening with this thing?
You guys found them. You got to the end of the puzzle. Is that the only 2 flavors? What'd you say? He had mocha and you had.
There's 4 flavors.
Oh, so there's hope yet or no?
I'm done. I'm not ever going back in.
Never again.
Don't Russian roulette that.
Never again.
I don't know. All right. I guess the best way I can describe it to you is if you came over for a fresh beverage, Richard. You're like, I'm super thirsty, but I need something to keep me awake. And I was like, all right, I'll make you this iced coffee.
Right.
And then I take this giant glass of Don Julio, and then I pour it and mix it with that iced coffee, and then I hand it to you, sir. And I'm like, here, this is for you. I hope you enjoy it. That should probably accentuate what it felt like for me to drink that. So
is it because you and I have a history with Don Julio?
I on the way to work, I thought about it, and I was like, man, you know what? That is Don Julio adjacent with coffee. So I'm like, I think that's probably why I did not like it.
Oh, boy.
All right, so you ready for this? You have.
I was tempted to go into the Don Julio story, but I'll save. Maybe I'll save that for off the podcast.
Yeah, that's not needed for anybody's ears.
It's nothing. Brant is nothing bad. Brant shaking his head like I don't want to be part of this.
It's like the Postamax.
I still have moments where people keeps Postamax is hard. Right? That's funny,
it's more sad. It's more sad. Postamax was pure assault on my bodily functions.
Every orifice from your body.
Yes.
So all right, before we get any further, on the Dunkin' Spiked, before I forget.
Dunkin' Spiked. That's it.
Yeah, I keep saying Spice. I'm sorry. You got original iced coffee, which I had, which is garbage, which is Don Julio adjacent. I'm not gonna let that go. Then you have caramel iced coffee, mocha iced coffee, which I believe is one I know can confirm that Renee had tried.
You didn't try that one after your experience?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Vanilla iced coffee. I'm done. It tastes like Don Julio. You think I drink a Don Julio?
Yeah. We both have done so within the past year.
I am a connoisseur of rum-based alcohol. I do not partake in anything outside of that. So
It's a drink of choice for Chicago area individuals in our experience.
And somehow the photos of said Don Julio walls keep entering in my chat. I have to sit there and look at it every time I open up. It's like, great, this is what I wanted to see. Like, who buys this much Don Julio? Why is it so stacked? So.
Oh, I was somewhere and it made me think of somebody, so I was like, "Hey, does anybody want
They
a
need
wall
to
of
close
Don
that store
Julio while
down.
I'm here?"
Wherever that was, they need to close that store down. The store does not need to exist.
It's brand new. It's a new store. It was very nice.
Whatever, man. There's no way. There's nobody who drinks Don Julio like that. There's no. I refuse to believe that.
We don't do people.
I am not acknowledging any of that. So.
Oh, the Don Julio wall will live in infamy.
Every time I open up a chat, I see it in there. I'm like, fuck. I keep seeing that thing. So I'm like, I have to delete that picture. I keep forgetting to do it.
We got Brand on coffee. We're gonna start putting Don Julio in Brand's coffee. So he can
Brand
make the full trifecta.
Brand could go the way of Renee and just get the Baileys because Renee likes coffee with Baileys, and I'm like, I don't see the appeal of it, but I'm like, sure.
Brand, do you like the coffee taste at all in any capacity, or is it just caffeine that you're avoiding?
No, it's that bitter coffee taste.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of.
So Bailey's is super sweet to me. I think Bailey's might hit the right. You don't think so? Or Kahlua for
I don't like alcohol with coffee, man. I tried with that Dunkin' Spike, man. I don't think it's for me, dude.
I don't think it's for me.
I don't know if I'm a good example. I mean, Renee would be the one to bring in to ask about spiking their coffee. That's
Murmy said Bailey's is garbage.
I agree with Murmy. There we go.
They have better options, truthfully. Yeah, there's a bunch of different Baileys. That same store with the Don Julio wall has a bunch of different Baileys flavors.
What store is this? That way I know to avoid it. Where's it at?
It's a brand new store at the intersection of, we're in Georgia, Highway 20 and Highway 138. It's called Jack's.
Are they
Jax.
close to a Walmart?
They're close to a Mellow Mushroom, and I flipped the first consonant of that restaurant's name too to hide its true nature. They're right across the street from Mellow Mushroom.
Okay. I know. Then I know where it is. Where to avoid. I go further down to a little alcoholic spot across the street from the Taco Bell. Near
spot.
It's a little one. Yeah, this is where I get my.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yep.
I'll go there and overpay. So
this is most definitely the opposite direction. They do have that beer at this location that I'm talking about.
Which the Asahi?
Yep, I saw it. And Ichiban. And your Ichiban.
Mmm.
I'll grab you some next time I'm there.
I mean, let me know how much it is, because if I can get a cheaper version of Asahi, that'd be great.
I will. I'll price it for you.
Just don't send me a fucking photo of Don Julio. I'll be very pissed.
That's where the Don Julio walk came
It'll
from.
be in the background.
He would do that. He would go find like a case of Asahi and just put it right by the Don Julio. It's like, hey, is this what you're talking about? I'm like, no, I don't want any of that.
No price.
So
I see no price for the Asahi. There's nothing here. I can't price this. But how much is the Don Julio?
How's there a fucking wall to that, man? I don't understand. But I'm not gonna sit here all day and talk about Don Julio because I feel like they'll win if I do.
You want some?
So.
You want some?
No.
Murmy says Bailey's have a cinnamon cream liqueur that's amazing. Cinnamon cream does sound good. They're a little sweet though.
I mean, if we can get Brant to jump on that, I will try some at Brant.
Brant, are you in?
Why not?
Yes.
Maybe.
New Leafs. We've totally broken him down. Brant, we have to destroy you to rebuild you in the perfect image.
I'll be over here like a damn wine tasting. Put it in my mouth, swish it around, and then spit it out.
Into a spittoon.
Yeah.
I've tasted a lot of wine. I've never done that with it. I finished
Really?
the drill.
I can't do wine. It'll give me a headache. So
I get no headaches from it. It's amazing. And I drink way less beer after that.
I 100% take a sip, and my head's killing me later.
Right off the rip, huh?
Immediately, my body just rejects it.
All right, let's get into this news. Speaking of rejected, we have a remaster. This comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com and Jordan Midler. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is coming in September.
What?
It's supposed to be dead. I didn't get the dead off. It was did. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is coming in September using the RE engine. The game will include auto-saving, an improved UI, and more. We talked about this last week, but there was a lot more details. There's like a Capcom Next. Was that a press briefing or video, or what was that exactly?
It's supposed to be, I guess, right around their... What's that show in Europe?
Gamescom?
What was it?
Gamescom. I guess that was like in between.
It's in August, right?
August, like I said, I think it was supposed to be like in between Summer Game Fest and Gamescom. They don't get lost into the whole shuffle. But like, oh, this was a shitty show from Capcom, you know.
Yeah.
So
just a little bit of a tidbit there. As confirmed during Capcom Next, the remaster of the 2006 game will be released on September 19th, 2024. That is this year. The remaster will include quality of life improvements such as autosaving, revamped controls, improved UI, and more. All of the graphics, including the characters and environments,
tighten up the graphics,
have been renewed and greatly improved over the original, reads the game's description on its Steam page. Characters' facial expressions, material textures, and blood splatter all look much more realistic. That's what I needed, more realistic material textures. Overwhelming hordes of zombies fill the screen with completely remade graphics. The game's digital deluxe edition will include 17 extra costumes for Frank.
Ooh, you got me a copy.
Copies. Buy one, get 16 keys for your friends. And 17 music tracks will be played throughout the in-game mall. Some more background on the original release in 2006 and the HD remaster in 2016. Why did that not wait until 2026 to release this? It would have been perfect. Every 10 years we get a new remake of Dead Rising.
I mean, we could still get it on some new hardware in 2026.
We could.
So
Switch 2.
Yeah.
Dead Rising doctored. The game stars...
Doctor.
The game stars protagonist Frank West. Blah, blah, blah. Story bits. And that's the same bit from last week. Here's the next episode in the series. It was released in so-and-so by this studio. We established one of them is stuck on Xbox One and Steam, published by Microsoft.
But the trailer they released, it actually looks pretty damn good.
It really does.
So this is the one that they said that it's like a digital exclusive for like 2 months or something like that. It's like September, comes out digitally.
Why are we doing this?
And then like I think it's like November.
The physical
comes
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Why are we doing this nonsense? Do you know what this forces me to do with my spending habits?
Double dip.
It does, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the digital on Steam, because that's the most reliable online digital licensing I believe in, because they've been around the longest. And then I'll get the physical on another platform later on.
Yep.
Preferably not Xbox, and most likely not Switch, unless it's made by Nintendo.
Yeah. And I typically will double dip digitally when it's like $5 on PlayStation for whatever reason.
Also cheap.
Or Xbox, yeah.
That's your update on Dead Rising. What's up next?
Oh, all right, I can do this one. Nintendo will meet the demand.
Do it.
This one's
what demand
from,
are they
VGC,
meeting? Mother 3.
Yeah, right. Chris Golion. So Nintendo says it's going to try to avoid scalping from the Switch 2 to meet demand. So they said that they don't have. Basically, this article sums up that President Shintaro Furukawa says he doesn't think component shortages will be an issue this time. So I think they figured out the best way to avoid scalping is to make sure they have enough units out there. So this was during a Q&A they had with their shareholders, asking the tough questions instead of asking the real questions about which game releases we're not getting. He also goes on to say that the main plan to combat it is to make sure you can purchase the game at retail. That's going to be their countermeasure against resellers. They're also going to take it into account the circumstances in each region, which could be different depending on sales. Some sales in certain regions are higher than others, and they noticed, like previously before, that the semiconductor shortage had affected consoles in the previous generation for most of the current gen, and I guess Nintendo Switch should still be considered current gen.
Yeah.
Leading them to produce insufficient copies for Nintendo Switch. I mean, that's pretty much the bulk of this. I summarize it.
I'm good with that.
I mean, that's freaking Cliff Notes, man. I don't know how I did it. I just kind of just looked at it and just made it happen. But that's like
Switch 2.
That's pretty much what they said. I mean, didn't they say they were gonna proceed with some kind of law-based method if it got bad with resellers?
They would
couldn't
go.
remember. I don't
I
see it in
think they
this
would
article.
go
Yeah.
after to the extent of the law. They would go after resellers. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that different countries had different laws, so I mean, it just all depends.
Right.
But
It'd be nice to actually see one of these consoles, because we've seen it with all the more current gen platforms plus anything else that comes out. I mean, the Steam Deck didn't really see that big of a rush, but any of the like analog stuff always gets bought up and resold.
Retro
well,
tanks.
I think the Steam Deck helped with the whole. Then in the very beginning, they tied it to your account, so it wasn't like you can buy them up like
you
crazy.
had to have an account.
Yeah, so they wouldn't like you're sitting there not buying like 3 or 4 at a time. So
their shortage was just manufacturing for new hardware.
Yeah.
That was their only thing. And they gave you estimates, right? Like they let you know if you order Steam Deck now, it's going to be December, it's going to be January.
Yep.
They let you know how far out it was.
I was in the Quay, remember, and I didn't get mine for what, a good bit. I was like the 3rd or 4th batch or something like that.
And then by the time you talked me into it, I was able to just order one. I think Brant did when he got his too. He just it was time. It was just order one and then send it to you.
Normal human being. I mean, I think that would be the way for them to do it. If they were to sell it off Nintendo.com and do the Nintendo store, tie it to an account. I mean, I think that would be the future at that point. But I don't know how their distribution will be able to handle that many people. Probably not so well, but that would be my guess.
I still would like them to work with brick and mortar stores about that stuff too. But that may just be like I met friend of the show Michael. I was the second person to pre-order the Switch at that store. He was the number one person in line. He was the first person standing there, and we had never met. And that's how I met him, was standing in line to pre-order that first Switch. And I actually have a picture of him before I met him, of like facing the store. Like, all right, one person beat me. There's one person here. And then, still friends all these years later. So,
I mean, sure, if you want to go pick it up from your local Funko Pop reseller, then you go ahead and do that, sir. So,
I mean, that's especially what they are now. Even though I bought Wind Waker on GameCube and Wind Waker HD from that same location.
That's as much shit as I give him. I mean, the times that Brand has stopped by, he's been able to get some gold in there. So can't really say shit. So I mean,
day one there, and without pre-ordering, there it's going against the mold. He's able to just pop in and grab it.
Not pop in and lock it. Pop in and lock it.
Oh, speaking of popping and locking, next story is also from VideoGamesChronicle.com and Andy Robinson. We haven't had an Andy story in a while. Andy, Tom, Jordan, Chris.
Don't tell me saying Andy. I was waiting for you to say Dufresne or something.
Andy, I was about to say Andy Dufresne.
I was waiting. Oh, here it goes with Richard's hero, Andy Dufresne.
Take it right back.
Crawling through sewage, going through posters.
Hey, that thing wasn't. It shouldn't have been pressurized when he beat down on that pipe. It should have just been. Should have been gravity.
He should be screaming out in the sky as he came out the ground.
Yeah, shouldn't have blown up in his face like that. Should have just been a slow trickle. You guys like Crazy Taxi?
Crazy Taxi.
Do you want some more Crazy Taxi? How would you like your Crazy Taxi? Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, classic Crazy Taxi.
I like my Crazy Taxi as a solo playing experience with Offspring blasting in the background.
Yeah.
Am I getting into those?
Yeah. As God intended.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guess what? Cesar, comma Brant. This comes from...
It's not what we're getting.
Yeah. I don't think so. This comes from Andy Robinson.
I feel like bad news.
You get more Crazy Taxi, but...
Crazy Taxi.
Sega's Crazy Taxi reboot is a, quote, massively multiplayer driving game, end quote. Recruit.
But
Go ahead.
I thought, and I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize. I'll take a drink. But
take a shot. Murray said take a shot.
I'm taking a shot. I could have sworn they were doing a remake and then a reboot, right?
I don't remember seeing that.
That's what certain accounts that had said before they deactivated their accounts. That have been semi-accurate with that. There was supposed to be a remake and also a reboot. Reboot was further down the road.
They were doing that with, I guess, what was it, Jet Set or
Radio.
Jet Grind?
Yeah. Well, Jet Grind would be the correct name in Japan. So
yeah.
Did both the Xbox and the Dreamcast one? Did we get as Jet Set or did we get Jet Grind with one of them?
I think it was Jet Set, both of them.
I feel like they corrected like a BioShock type of thing.
Like Dr. Robotnik and Eggman.
Yeah. Or King Koopa and Bowser. For us super old heads.
I'm checking for you. No, it just says Jet Set Radio on all US
I
stuff.
think one of mine says Jet Grind Radio for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like the Dreamcast one is Jet Grind Radio.
It is the Dreamcast is Jet Grind Radio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's $250 new on Amazon.
Damn.
God dang. And then, because the Xbox one was Jet Set Radio Future, right? That's what we got as that one.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. On the topic of Jet Set
Were we
Radio.
wrong the whole time, Brant? Was it Jet Set Radio in Japan?
I might be wrong here.
That's what,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's Jet Set Radio in Japan, Jet Grind Radio in America.
Okay.
We got it mixed up.
Okay. But it's the same.
I got it
but
mixed
they
up.
didn't pivot
I'm
on
wrong.
us. We stayed the same, and they stayed the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I think now it's just all Jet Set Radio.
Now it's all Jet Set Radio from the Xbox on.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Sega's in-development Crazy Taxi reboot is a massively multiplayer driving game, and a recruitment video has revealed the new Crazy Taxi is being developed by Sega's Sapporo studio, which was established in December 2021 and helps with development of various Sega games.
Are they providing beer to us as well?
Yes.
Sapporo is one of those that I've sampled via you, Cesar. In a new recruitment video published in Japanese, producer Kenji Kano, who was the director of the original Crazy Taxi game, and other members of the development team share new details on the reboot. According to the video, the development team is currently testing and adapting the classic Crazy Taxi gameplay, which has players transporting passengers to destinations such as Kentucky Fried Chicken as fast as possible into a game world with multiple players.
Don't forget Pizza Hut.
Imagine that, so they can sell skins and hats and restaurants and everything else, right?
I would buy more Offspring CDs.
Yes, Pizza Hut. Always buy every Offspring CD. According to the video, development team is currently testing and adapting classic Crazy Taxi gameplay into a game world with multiple players. I just read that part. The rebooted Crazy Taxi will take place in a large, realistic city based on the United States West Coast, with a theme park-like map, according to the video. Is that what they think of the American West Coast? Is that it's a theme park?
Yeah, everybody's always driving to Universal Studios or Disney World.
Or KFC. Job listings offer further details describing the new Crazy Taxi as a new major online title with an open world and massively multiplayer driving game elements. According to the listings, Crazy Taxi is being built in Unreal Engine. It's a big step up from, was it Gamebryo or whatever the first one was made in? Havoc Physics. Sega announced at the Game Awards last December that it was developing new entries in the Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Shinobi, and Crazy Taxi series. The original Crazy Taxi enjoyed some success as an arcade game in 1999, but became far more popular when a home version was released for the Sega Dreamcast in 2000, ultimately becoming the third best-selling game on the console in the United States. The game has seen several sequels and spin-offs, but the last entirely new main entry in the series was Crazy Taxi 3 High Roller, which was released 22 years ago as an Xbox exclusive. Further cementing in this humble podcast co-host opinion, the original Xbox as a pseudo Dreamcast sequel. I haven't played much of that Crazy Taxi, believe it or not, despite owning
I
it.
played a lot of that one.
You did play that one? Is it
Mhm.
solid?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anything would replace the first Crazy Taxi, especially since the ports of them recently have taken away the spirit of it. But,
Right. You need that disc with that Offspring soundtrack.
and your advertisement for Pizza Hut and
Yep.
Taco Bell and the other fast food joints that you got to drive to instead of generic places.
I mean,
so.
which in today's day and age is just going to be like a content pack or a season, right? You're going to have a season of Yum Foods where you go between Pepsi places and KFCs and Taco Bells and such.
just for Microsoft to come take it away for you later. So
Hey, Orange Kitty. Wow, he never comes down here. You hear him?
yeah,
My
Yep.
cat's making an appearance. Gaming Kitty. This is my Gaming Kitty.
Give me kitty.
Come on,
dream
Orange
lives.
Prince. Come on.
What happened to the previous gaming kitty that you?
He jumped down immediately. I celebrated and then he got down. That Gaming Kitty is no longer resides here.
No, I mean, how's that gaming kitty doing? We know.
Oh
about
well,
that.
the Gaming Kitty is very
Yeah.
happy with their new locale
Okay.
and much more,
Socially.
much more
interactive.
out in the open now that they are the only Gaming Kitty in the vicinity. I think it behooves them, which was right from the fit. So That's it for Crazy Taxi. We'll have to wait and see what this is. I think the overall messaging after this was like, be careful what you wish for. These are not going to come back like you think they are.
I mean, it's going that. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, man? It could be canceled at some point or retooled.
Or it could be amazing. They could find a way to spin that into some new thing. We still have... Nothing is taken away from Crazy Taxi 1, 2, and 3. It's not easy access, but you can still play those games in some capacity. Steam Deck. Or original hardware, if you can scrounge it up. It's not hard to copy Dreamcast discs. Spoilers, there's no copyright protection on those things. I think was Dreamcast region locked? For some reason, I want to say it is region locked, so you at least have to get around that if you're trying to.
It was on the original disc, but I think if you were to find the methods where they were to
remove
copy said disc,
you
could make that different regions playable, because that's how I encountered my Shenmue 2 playthrough, was a European copy.
That's right.
On the OG Dreamcast hardware.
Yeah, and if you have a certain model of Dreamcast, it really rejects nothing. It's like the second and third models, I think, kind of stepped up that blocking capability. Last but not least, we have some Xbox Game Pass updates.
Yeah,
coming to
Brand's
Game
favorite part
Pass.
of the show. Yeah, Brand's favorite part.
It's our favorite part for you to share with us, unless you don't want to do this one.
I got
it in there.
I got it.
Oh, Brant's got it.
Journey to the Savage Planet, cloud console and PC, coming July 3rd. Then up next we have Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 2, cloud console and PC, also July 3rd.
Yep. It's modern life.
Here's Cricket 2024, cloud console and PC, coming July 9th.
Off the hot races of the American cricket team, who placed highly in their playthroughs.
That sport is not big.
Go
here.
Cricket.
It says Cricket 24 is the culmination of a decade of cricket video game development.
Holy shit, that's been going on for 10 years.
That's important, man. Hey, this isn't like a one-off. This is like this is major development here.
So if I go to Australia, it's like everybody's playing cricket over there? I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
Or like I know from a friend of mine, India and Pakistan is like a huge rivalry in cricket. Huge rivalry.
Yeah.
Up next, we have the Case of the Golden Idol, cloud console and PC, also available July 9th. Neon White, cloud console and PC, July 11th.
I heard this was awesome. Everybody was raving about this, like, last year or 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
This
came on the Switch, right?
It came out on... It should have been out on everything.
PC, yeah.
I feel like we had this on one of the services before. Maybe it's just coming back, but
they usually note in this Xbox Wire article that it doesn't say returning to Game Pass.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, this
I
is
could have
a new
sworn
edition.
it was on there, but
I don't know. You know how after so many months everything blends together.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is like a procedural card-based runner or something. Like it's got a bunch of different gameplay elements in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have Chia. This was the
Chia
one that was on it released on PS5. Was that like 3-4 months ago, something like that?
It was all PlayStation Plus at the time too, right?
It was as well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coming July 11th. Then we have Magical Delicacy coming July 16th.
I see a kitty in that screenshot.
I do. There's a bunch of animals, it looks like, in there. And food. And
knives.
And knives. Flock.
Let's not leave out the
July
knives
16th.
and the pans.
I heard fuck. Did you hear fuck? I didn't hear flock. I heard fuck.
Flock.
Apparently there's some DLC for Pow World as well available.
Sure.
And then we have some games leaving Game Pass July 15th.
Part of the show. Let's go. Brian's favorite part of the show.
And these games, of course, are available to play up until July 15th. You can also save an additional 20% off your purchase to keep them in your library. We have Coffee Talk 2, Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Figment 2, Creed Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Sin of the Solar Empire, Rebellion.
It's like
Toem.
a space sim, right? That Sin of the Solar Empire.
Probably.
Oh, it's
and then
leaving.
the Wandering Village.
Village.
So if you would like to grab any of those, please do so.
Like Resident Evil Village.
Within the next week or so.
Sure. I mean, you have 13 days. That's as of the recording of this episode. So,
an early in the week NOFODcast recording.
Yep.
Unprecedented times we're in here.
I mean, cannot totally blame a trip to the deep West Coast at the Raw Far Time base recordings of this podcast.
They have even more time after the publishing of this podcast. Is that it? Is that it? The news?
Well
no
done.
More news?
Well done, Brent. Yeah, he didn't talk about
Brent,
Football Club 24. Good job, Brent.
Anything
Yeah.
you want to touch on with that, Brant, before we move on?
Anything you want to add, Brent?
Anything what?
You want to add from this deep dive of your Xbox Wire
Xbox Wire
article?
Yeah. No, I think we're good.
Sure.
Yep.
You're gonna forever hold your peace here.
Yep.
Right.
Neon White's your game of the year. Pencil it in now.
Pencil it in.
Pencil it in cautiously. Oh, are we on to games played after a short 4 days of games played or not played? As you guys continue to try to talk me into Kingdom Hearts for Steam Deck.
Yeah, and you can keep talking yourself out of it.
I'm trying, dude. I'm building cards.
It's in his
We
cart.
talked about this. I need a couple.
I thought it was a
things.
done deal, and
Oh.
you're like, ooh, X amount of dollars, and then now you're just like, oh no, there's additional things that need to be completed.
I-
with
Help
this
me, Andy
transaction.
Dufresne,
I'm
this
like,
Yeah.
this process.
I will say I figured it was already purchased.
Same
you
here,
sent us
yeah.
that picture.
I'm not there. I'm
earlier.
not there. I got to get to
It's like,
100
what
bucks.
the hell?
the dick move, man. He's that guy like, hey, we're all gonna get tattoos, and he's the one who never does. Like, oh, I'm still sleeping in bed.
I would do that. I'm just listen. I have to spend $100 to hide 56. You know the math. Do the math. It's like Jaguar math. Help me hide the 56 at our amount of 100.
But specifically from said realtor, right? Online realtor, you have to choose gaming stuff from that realtor. Is that the caveat to this whole?
Yes. I have to get it. Through
So I mean that even
storefront.
makes it even more difficult because not everything is like Summer Game Sale on
I
there.
threw
so.
Persona in there. Persona was a solid deal through this
Sure.
storefront. So
You didn't get the Persona 5 trilogy and complete the trilogy?
I could. How does that play on Steam Deck?
No, it plays well.
I have no
It's
clue.
just one of those like I have that on pretty much everything. I have the PS3. Persona
You
5.
could make the same argument on Kingdom Hearts.
What about that Mass Effect?
Okay, empty the cart. I'm done.
What about that Mass
whole part-
Effect
this whole-
trilogy?
I got Mass
It's supposed to be
Effect.
on Super Sale.
That was like
Yeah.
$6 one time when I got it. So I
Yeah.
added that
I
to my
mean-
cart and it was like, this is already in your library. I was like, great. I'm trying to buy games I already have.
That we're hitting up Brand like, hey, you need a copy of this game?
Yeah. Check all my friends' libraries and it's like, oh, Brant's getting this one. Everybody's got it. Games played. All I have done is I've tried to beat that snake level again a couple times on Sly Cooper to no avail.
And I had this conversation with you that we could do share play.
I even watched a
and I can help you
video.
through it.
The podcast listeners don't know this, sir. I even watched a video and tried to beat that snake. The snake is super difficult.
You want me to beat it and just put it on YouTube? And share
I'm
it to
okay
you?
with that. If I can get past this, I can keep playing the game because I feel like I'm hung up on this. I think maybe I just need to go play another level and then I can come back to it, kind of like I did the race car part. The race car part was bullshit. Those RC cars.
Yeah, you'll have more of those later, so enjoy that.
Oh,
So
great.
it's at least 3 of those.
Anyways, I talked about it some last week, but the camera shifts on you and all of a sudden there's a snake coming at you and there's the hitbox on the snake. Like I can't figure out. I think I'm clear and the snake comes in on me and Sly like loses the horseshoe and goes flying away and I go past 6 bottles and I'm trying to collect all the bottles I have. Do I just abandon that quest, Cesar, and not get all the bottles? Just be done with it? Just
I
beat the
mean,
game?
I got them all. So
Do I need that
I don't know.
ability that you get after beating the snake?
No, I think it was just pure genius gameplay for me. So
It's kicking
Can't
my
speak
ass.
for-
It's made me stop
can't
playing
speak
the
for the other
game is
player.
my problem.
I can do it for you, man. It's fine, and I can get you all the bottles because I know it can be done. I did it myself.
I'll get there. And then, what was that? Late last week, we played some Old Man Halo.
Yes.
We got, we started
Which
off
we
0
alluded to that.
5, 0 and 6. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
We did not win a game until right before we ended the damn stream.
Yeah.
That oddball match.
So we played Friday, and Friday is where it all went downhill, in my opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Friday was mostly miss and hit. We didn't have Weech, who casually just said 50% every time and never joined.
We were Weechless.
Yep.
As one does.
And I'm still gonna hold that against him.
It's fine.
Even though he never promised anything.
He did not.
In my heart, in my head, he did, and he let me down.
Oh boy.
Like a 10-year-old whose friend skipped out on their baseball game. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there."
Oh boy.
Yep. No. So I don't recall Friday because I was angry Friday. we did lose mostly. A lot. I think Sunday was the worst night because that started out bad.
That was the 0-5 start.
Yes. It never turned around because it was like every time I teleported in the map, I was instantly dead.
Yeah.
And that was the majority of most of the matches we played. And I noticed that the people we faced against were radar watching, and I started doing that. So, because they would wait for people to be parked somewhere, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get their ass up here."
They knew right when and where we would spawn every time.
Yeah. Because I know we had more difficulty on the radar-based matches than we did on the, if we were just playing.
Yeah.
Was it Hellbringers?
And there was no radar on the screen. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not happy about it. I never want to play this game again.
Oh, God.
That's all I played this weekend was that, and that's probably why I'm very angry.
Oh my God.
All the games I played this week was ones that had made it super difficult for me.
Well, hold on, y'all played what? 10 minutes of top spin?
I played 0 minutes of top spin because I invited somebody from this podcast to join me to play a match, and they just left.
Brant, why couldn't you even download the game?
Yeah. They just left me there. I'm just sitting there waiting for them to set my match, and they never did.
So we'll set the record straight. Top Spin was on a free-to-play weekend, which apparently doesn't include Sundays in any capacity.
Somebody didn't read the fine print.
What was the fine print? It told me as soon as I played the Pete Sampras simulator or the Roger Federer simulator that free-to-play weekend was over, and I all of a sudden had to purchase the game.
I'm 90% certain one of those people that we were playing against had back surgery recently, so.
Or is retired from the game.
Is Federer retired? I know Andy. What was Andy? Blah. What's his name? He's out because I think the surgery, right?
Yeah,
Andy Dufresne.
I
can't get Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, Roger Federer is close to retirement. I don't think he's coming back in.
I think they both play. Yeah.
All right, so Top Spin Game of the Year. We had a great go at it.
All I know is you couldn't hit the green bar trying to hit it on the serve.
It was rough. It's rough to get your character to the area where you hit the ball and on top of that pay attention to a
meter. That meter part sucked.
Yeah.
And then once you were done, it told you your time on the court has ended.
No, my time was still there. I invited other people to join the match with me, and they never joined. So.
I was done. Every prompt after that was like, here's where you can purchase the game. Learn more. That was my favorite screen they would send me to. Learn more.
I think, Richard was almost to the point where he's like, you know what, should I just buy this game?
I was close. I was like, how much is it to get the digital copy?
I mean, $55 for something that dies in 2 years?
Yep.
I hate that part. With no offline mode? They're not even going to patch in an offline mode?
Not yet.
Oh, I hate that. I'll stick with Top Spin, Uno, and Virtua Tennis. Yes, beers to that. Let's all drink beers to that with reindeer. People on the show were like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah. It says I'm just fucking around. About?
I didn't know that you can flood the screen with this shit, so and then it would just do back to back ones. So. Oh, all right. I'm done. I haven't played anything else outside of those.
Your 2 games of the year so far.
Infuriating games of Halo Master Chief Collection, which I need something to wipe that. I need a palate cleanser for that, man, because I'm still.
What's that gonna be? What's your palate cleanser for that? Some more Old Man Halo. Some victorious Old Man Halo.
I think player versus an environment will be my palate cleanser. Any PvP stuff, I don't know if I'm going to be up for a minute. I'm going to have to do something where I can feel like I'm doing something to win. So
yeah.
So friend of the show, Mills, did get worn down and has purchased the PlayStations of the Cincos for some Hell Diving and some Sly Cooper. Can we gift games? Can I send him Sly Cooper?
No.
I don't think so.
Sony's behind the times.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
What do I do? Send him like a PlayStation Network gift card? Here's
Yep.
$9.99.
That's
Basically.
it.
Stupid. Please buy Sly Cooper with this. That sucks.
Don't buy anything else.
Yeah, don't spend your money on that. Make sure Sly Cooper's in your account. I told you what to get with this. That's stupid. Oh well. All right, Brant, bring us home. Bring us home in the sweet 1 hour or less. 300
I mean, we're gonna sit here, and Brant's gonna be like, "I played 70 hours of Kingdom Hearts 1."
And I beat Pokemon Blue 3
No.
Gold. Left-handed.
I did pick up Kingdom Hearts 2 still, and played a little bit of it. I finally got out of the beginning part that you play, almost the tutorial part, where you play as Roxas. But now I've gotten out of that, and finally,
was that Traverse Town? Is that what it
Yep.
was?
Yep.
Okay.
Or no, that's Twilight Town.
Twilight Town. Yeah, you're right.
It's got a nice
They have the
theme
ice
to it,
cream man.
right?
Yes.
The music. Yeah.
But I've finally taken the reins of Sora, and I'm talking to Yen Sid, and I'm about to get some new clothes is where I'm at.
Yeah.
So.
You know, when you have to do battles in different Disney worlds, you got to change your fit. So.
Mm-hmm. But there are some. I know there's some really, really good worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2. There's a lot of reoccurring ones from the first game, but there's a lot of.
I'll say there were some odd retreads, right? For some reason.
Yeah. Oh gosh, the one that I hate absolutely is Little Mermaid. Is because it's like just a complete like musical rhythm game. That completely throws me off every time.
I don't think I've enjoyed any of the Little Mermaid levels in any of those Kingdom Hearts.
The first one is not that bad, except for trying to get used to the swimming mechanic.
Brian, you're pushing me away from the game. I don't want to play it ever again. That swimming mechanic is not fun.
It is not intuitive.
There's like a weird up and down thing to that,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
It's almost like tank controls, but with swimming, because you have to go up or down to the level in the water you want to be,
that is not
and
appetizing.
Then swim. But the second game, it's nothing but like sing some of the songs from the popular Disney movie, The Little Mermaid, and also make sure you hit the right buttons because now it's a rhythm game.
Yeah, but I think I prefer that in the swimming level, man. It's not. I don't know, man.
It's
they're both
better than the swimming level,
opinion, but I just don't. You know how I feel about camera-based stuff. Like I hate the Sly Cooper when they swap the L and R.
Oh yeah.
Left and right, make them inverted, and you can't change them back unless you go into the emulator and force it. You know. So it's like, which is cool. I mean, you have an option. I'm whining about it, but I mean, there's a fix already in there. But
right.
I don't know.
But then, of course, on the other end, my kid's on summer vacation, and of course, he started Kingdom Hearts 2 after I started Kingdom Hearts 2 because he got the itch as well, and then he's already completely beaten it the other day, and now he's started a Birth by Sleep playthrough, and he's trying to play on critical difficulty, which is like the hardest, and he's telling me about all of his woes. So
it's not my idea of a good time. Hey, a kid on summer break has a whole different level of commitment and time versus anything else.
Man, I miss those days. Tell him to enjoy it, man. He's in high school,
while
right?
He can.
So
yep.
These are the twilight years for him, right? So after that, it's gonna be a lot different.
I'm letting mine chill out.
Smacked by the real world.
Yeah, I'm letting mine chill out. I want them to do certain things, and it's like, no, this is their summer to just do whatever and have a good time. This is what I would want to do. They'll have the rest of their days to have nonsense to deal with all throughout the year. Agreed.
But that's it for me.
Right now, we need you to talk about your dreaming deeply in your distance.
That is one thing. Cesar sent me a message, saw me playing Kingdom Hearts on there. It's like,
in there, yeah.
Dream drop the distance.
Yeah.
And I'm catching stray bullets.
I've got to boot that up and see how that plays, as well as Kingdom Hearts 3, just to see.
Just to see how they are on Steam Deck.
Yeah.
But everything else you've thrown at it's been fine, Kingdom Hearts wise.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had been playing them on there via emulation station, so
It's true.
I mean, I see these all coming native to the next Nintendo console, and there's another version for all of us to buy again. So,
Oh gosh.
as Richard contemplates about adding a majority, you're like, what other thing should I add to my Nintendo cart to make this purchase work?
What should it be? What on greenmangaming.com? Our retailer of the hour.
At that point, you might as well just look at the Square Enix section because that's probably going to be your best get in that area.
True.
So.
True.
I got a couple things before. I got Final Fantasy VII Remake and Dragon Quest XI. I got that before the last big sale there was.
Mm-hmm.
Bet I can poke around here and look too.
You should. That way you can be one of us.
Sleeping Dogs.
Get the Sleepy Dogs.
I could say fuck it and
3.
get Elden Ring.
Oh, you should. You should.
Yeah,
I
there you
have
go.
a copy of Elden Ring on my Steam Deck. It's nice. Join me, guys. I've didn't talk about it on this podcast, but I've looked at it the other day and I've already put 10 hours into my new character.
Hey.
Yeah.
He's back in.
As I go around and just collect golden seeds to increase my flask so I can last longer. So, because I was like, you'll know what I'm talking about once you play the game, Richard. Don't be that
Once
way.
I play the game.
Because that's like, all right. So the first thing, all right, how I tackle, I'm gonna take over. How I tackle open world games, like Elden Ring, like Breath of the Wild, is I don't know what you guys do, but first thing I do is I go around and start filling in the map. I don't actually fight anybody. I go around and get the map pieces so I can, get the areas I want to go in there, and then from that point, I do the stuff that will make me live longer. So like you have to get like these cups of tears or tear cup or whatever they call it to increase the potency of your flask as you reheal your health based off those flasks. So every hit of the flask you get some HP back. So if you get these tear cups, you increase the potency. It heals more, and then you get the golden seeds, which will give you more flasks. So that's usually the first thing I do. That way, when I fight bosses, it gives me
you have a way to recover and last longer.
Formidable chance.
Yeah,
correct. It's as you would say, basically. I was gonna say the Viagra of Elden Ring, but I'll leave it at that.
Keeps it up.
But yeah, I have yet to fight any bosses in that game outside of I've done some dungeons with some bosses in there, but I've gotten to the point now where I can actually go to Storm Castle and start the first boss battle. So I'm like level 25.
So you did dungeons, but you can avoid the bosses when you do that?
Yeah, I mean, there's like you know how it's like Breath of the Wild. You know how you like to have those little shrines? That's exactly what Elden Ring has. They have little areas of shrines. They have these little dungeons, but they have like mini bosses in there.
Gotcha.
So you have to complete these areas where you have to solve puzzles to open up the boss room. So, which is usually you surviving until you hit a lever at the top level, and then surviving on the way down because there's so much fucking shit hanging off the ceilings and the wall that just jump out and land on you. So
you just gotta
and
try
you're like,
to make
great.
it there and back.
Yeah, and then get your ass kicked by this boss that looks like a giant snake or a weird dog from Egypt or something like that has an axe. So that looks like they've been drawn as a hieroglyphic off a wall, and they just very
Anubis.
static movement. So that's it. I'm not talking about any more of Elden Ring until I got beat the game again. So
until next week when Cesar beats Elden Ring.
That's gonna be at least a couple months. I'm not that good at it. So
we might be able to stream a couple nights between now and next episode, right?
Possibly.
Something coming up, holidays.
I do have a Metroidvania game that I want to stream.
Oh,
that's coming from the UK.
Do it. That'd be awesome.
It's supposed to be delivered soon, so we'll see.
That'd be awesome. All right, so everybody have a good holiday. You guys got anything else you want to add for this week's show? No.
I think that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See ya.
Adios.